It's that time again.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Alex.
And welcome back.
You like that? You like that?
You're listening to the Clubhouse
At CHMR.
Oh, get in the fast lane, Reimer. The bingo game is ready to roll. Take me to the dance. Kick up your heels. It happened. It happened.
Welcome.
I feel like we should find that guy and make him a guest.
The guy that says welcome?
Yes. Or the guy, I suppose it's a dude who records all those text-to-speech things.
Oh, definitely. I don't know.
Man, that's a lot.
I actually don't know
Imagine how
anything
much
about
work that is. Come into the studio today and speak every word. We got, okay, we don't have big news this week.
But we have a lot of news.
We got a lot of news.
There's some funny things.
If you could only see the giant stack of papers in front of us,
Fat stacks.
as in 4 papers.
Fat stacks.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna jump it off, as usual, talking about some baseball. This happened right after our last show.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Donaldson has won the AL MVP. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I expected it to happen.
Yeah. I was kind of spooked, though, for a while.
His closest runner-up was Trout, right?
That's right. And
Trout fell off. We talked about it many times.
We did. But I mean, you know this. It's natural to be skeptical as a Toronto sports fan.
Yeah, I know it all too
It's
well.
a value in the Toronto sports lifestyle.
I know it all too well.
Additional baseball awards go to Jake Arrieta, winning the National League Cy Young, and Dallas Keuchel winning the
Thank you for pronouncing that.
winning the AL, and Price was the runner-up. Other Blue Jays news: Liam Hendricks is gone. I don't like that.
Jesse Chavez.
It's not going to be a big change.
Not really.
In the lineup, but
right-hand pitcher for a right-hand pitcher.
yeah, I just liked him.
Thing is Jesse played on the Jays before.
Mm-hmm.
He's come back. It's homecoming.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Bringing him back.
Liam Hendricks was in. So the only Australian on the team is gone.
Ah.
I don't know why I'm vouching for Australian presence on the Toronto Blue Jays. Less Canadians.
So there's a lot of pitchers on the open market, but the one that we're going to talk about is David Price.
Of course.
Of course. And the David Price sweepstakes.
Yes.
Who's going to get him?
Not the Toronto Blue Jays.
No, you don't think so?
No.
At all? I know, I'm skeptical now too. But there's something that I did want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the Any Price for David? Have you heard about that yet?
Is this
It's the fan website?
Oh, yes, I have.
Where
yes,
the
I
fans
have.
make pledges? It's
Yes.
hilarious.
There's been people offering to name their babies David.
I got one right here.
Okay, let's see it.
Right? This is one of my
Let's
personal.
hear it.
It's simple but effective. Right? Clause 2. If David Price stays in Toronto, I, Matt Jones, agree to get my mom to make David Price lasagna. There's thousands of these clauses that people have written.
Yeah.
Let's
Read some more. Is there any more there?
Oh yeah, I got here. Here's a good one. Clause 675. If David Price stays in Toronto, I, Maxwell Cooves,
what a
agree
name.
to cop a Josh Donaldson haircut. Ba-doo.
That's probably not a haircut that anyone else in the world wants to rock besides Josh Donaldson.
No, he's proud of it.
We've said this. We've said that we were willing to get that if they won the World Series.
Yeah.
That's a 1-year thing. That bet is not on the go anymore.
It's off the table now.
It's off the table, Josh.
We were so close.
Yeah.
We're down to the final 4.
We're going to take a quick break here on Clubhouse. And just as a reminder, you can always follow along on Twitter at Clubhouse CHMR. But for now, we leave you with some music.
Travel into the future.
You're listening to the Clubhouse.
You're still listening to Clubhouse, in case you were worried about that. What's that? What is that? What are those noises?
What? I don't know.
Explain them.
I don't know. I have no explanation. I'm sorry.
It's time for combat sports.
That's what it was. It's my hyped, getting stoked.
Getting hyped.
Getting hyped. Floyd.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Floyd, this
Floyd's
week.
always in the news.
Yeah. Mostly because he's the highest paid athlete, pretty much.
We're always talking about Floyd.
This week, it's some good news, actually. It's some pretty commendable stuff.
Yeah?
He donated, I can't remember, this is shocking now. I can't remember if it was money. I'm pretty sure it was money. To Leah Still and I can't remember, her father plays in the NFL. She went through cancer treatments, and I'm pretty sure she's fully recovered now.
Oh, really?
But he made a donation to their family.
Did he do it in just a duffel bag of cash?
Most likely.
That's how I expect him, like, just to show up with a duffel bag of cash.
A Louis Vuitton bag.
He's known for it.
Yup.
Nope.
Canelo over the weekend in that big fight. It was a good fight.
Went to decision, though.
It went to a decision, but it was very competitive, and the scorecards do not tell the story.
No. Well, that's generally the case. Yeah.
That's boxing. The scorecards were 117-111, 119-109, and 118-110. So to decipher that for some of those of you out there who don't know how to score a fight,
It looks one-sided.
the most rounds a judge gave Miguel Cotto was 3.
Mm-hmm.
One judge gave him 1 round, and if you watch the fight, it's fairly evident that the fight was really competitive the whole way through.
We see this a lot, though.
You do.
We see it a lot.
This happened. The same thing happened a while ago with Erislandy Lara, who is fighting this weekend, by the way, with Canelo Alvarez, and the same thing happened with Austin Trout. They're all competitive fights, but the judges seem to favor Canelo, and there's no argument against Canelo winning the fight. It's just the margin on the scorecards doesn't tell the story of the whole fight. So Lara, Trout, and Cotto all gave him close fights, but a fan looking back wouldn't be able to decipher that from the scorecards. That's a sad story.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
He's a moneymaker.
Miguel Cotto, they both are.
Yeah.
But it's just Canelo's young.
Canelo's the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko is fighting Tyson Fury this weekend.
He's got the best name.
Tyson Fury?
Yeah, like if I was in combat sports, I would want his name.
For those of you who aren't familiar with Tyson Fury, it's worth looking up on YouTube, or if you follow us on Clubhouse CHMR, I will put that YouTube link in there for you to see. Tyson Fury, he's done a lot of weird things over his career. One of them was showing up at a press conference dressed as Batman and having someone dressed as the Joker also there, and he captured them at the press conference. Was any of this planned or known by any of his team? No. He just did it.
Only him. That's actually genius. He's my favorite fighter.
He's a bit unstable, though, if you follow him on Twitter. You know he's
That
not all
alone
there.
It's like the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Iron Sheik on Twitter is quite the character.
Yes, it's pretty similar, except Iron Sheik might actually be a level above him.
Really?
In weirdness and
Definitely.
extravagance.
Yeah.
We talked about the fight last week, the big upset. It's still buzzing. Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm. That's still a big thing now. Most of this week was actually Holly Holm's press stuff. She must have done 1 million interviews since that fight. There's a ton out there. You search Holly Holm. She's been to every single sports outlet you can name.
Oh yeah.
With
She's doing
interviews
her
on the fight.
media rounds now.
Yeah.
All the attention's on her. She's the champion. She's the first ever boxing and MMA champion, right? First. I don't think it's ever happened
Is that
before.
what it is?
I think it's the first ever.
Maybe boxing and UFC. I don't know. You could be right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's
I think that might
interesting
make it
stat,
more. I think it is UFC, but
right.
I'll say UFC to be safe because it's a facet of MMA. But
Yeah, but then again, even if it was, UFC is the title of MMA.
Yeah.
If you get a title from any other UFC or any other MMA franchise, it's not really.
it doesn't really matter.
That's not a title.
And then boxing's a whole different story when it comes to titles.
Exactly. We're not even going to get into that.
No, I'm not
going to
try
be
to
a whole
explain
show in and of itself.
So Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer. Tell us the story, Josh.
Me tell. Well,
You know it, don't you?
No, Amy Schumer tweeted Holly Holm and said thanks everyone for congratulating me on my own or on my win for UFC. I guess as the joke being that she looks a lot like Holly Holm.
And she does.
And she does look a lot like her.
Um,
And Holly Holm tweeted her back, saying, "You look stunning out there. Way to go, bravo."
hashtag UFC, hashtag and new. That's
And
fantastic.
new. Yeah.
I like that. She is a very likable person, Holly Holm.
That's what I was gonna say. I like her a lot more. Like she's just got the personality. It's not so. It's humble.
Yeah.
It's humble. That's what I like about it.
And one thing I like about the interviews I've watched so far is you don't. The one thing I didn't like about the way interviews approached Ronda Rousey is there was this kind of like fake intimidation that they'd all experienced as they were interviewing her. Like if she like gave him a high five or shook their hands, like, oh, don't armbar me, you very competitive beast.
She just puts on her pouty face
Yeah,
and just looks pissed off all the time.
Like
just
just
really
talk to
mad
a fighter
all the time.
as an athlete. Don't talk to him as like someone that's gonna like kill you.
Yeah.
They're only gonna kill their opponent, not you. How about that football?
Football. Yep. It was a good game week.
Tell us about it.
It was a great game week. Packers are back in the win column. It's number one. And they beat the Vikings, who are the direct competition for their division. And that was it was a good game. It was a close game. Quarterback for the Vikings name is escaping me right now. But he had a great game. Bridgewater is his name? It's a great name. But he also had a great game. He could run the ball. I was impressed by that. He's very elusive. It's almost the same as Aaron Rodgers in the pocket. But Aaron Rodgers is back in the win column. The Green Bay Packers are starting to recover a bit from their injuries. But the Broncos have won without Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
their backup quarterback. Do you have stats on Peyton Manning, or cause he's passing?
Oh no, he broke the record. He broke a record in a game where he was benched. I believe Brett Favre, I think, of the Green Bay Packers.
No, he was of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. But he has.
We have here most consecutive starts by quarterback in NFL history.
Oh, those stats. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. And I guess Peyton Manning is not going to be able to
pass Brett Favre there.
Pass.
That is Joe Flacco. The main reason I had that stat there is Joe Flacco is
he's out now with an injury.
Yeah,
as well.
he's out, so he's not going to be participating in that streak anymore for consecutive starts.
Baltimore's been having a tough season as it stands.
Yes, very tough.
They've been in trouble.
Yeah, and they've won 3 games, I believe.
Yeah,
in this whole season.
Yeah, I think so. I don't have the exact. I don't have it in front of me right now. But the Panthers, they're dominant. I think Newton, man. I think they're my pick to win the Super Bowl this year. At the point in the season now.
Killer Cam.
Oh, it's just I don't know what it is. They've been flying. And
the best part about the Panthers season was that Cam Newton dance.
That's what it was.
I think so.
We tweeted that, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Last week's show.
Follow us
at Clubhouse CHMR.
How many plugs? So many plugs.
Good news for all those fans of our show and Kirk Cousins. You can now get You Like That shirts.
They have T-shirts.
You like that? You like that?
And you know you like that.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Johnny the Party Manziel. He's Johnny Football, as some of you know.
Every sport has one.
A Johnny Football?
No, a Johnny something. Johnny and then the name of the sport. Hockey's got Johnny Hockey. Johnny Gaudreau, right?
I don't know if there's a Johnny Basketball.
Johnny Basketball.
I'll find one.
Johnny Hoops.
Johnny Buckets.
Johnny Buckets.
He's been over the summer, he's been on the road drunk, and he went to rehab over the summer, and just recently this week there's an iPhone video that surfaced of him at a club with a DJ, and no drinking is going on, but I mean he's at a club and he has a bottle of something in his hand.
Oh.
So that's not That's not a great re-entry.
Johnny the Party. He's got his own nickname.
I gave him that.
You gave him that one?
That's just all me.
It makes a lot of sense. You see these kind of athletes too all the time, right? The ones that
apparently Patrick Kane's up in that category.
Yeah, well, the years
I've
ago,
heard.
you never hear about the cabbie incident years ago, where he assaulted a cab driver?
Yes,
Same thing. Yeah. There's always every sport has those athletes are just kind of. I think you even see it a lot in boxing. You see a lot with Broner was one of them.
Absolutely,
The longest time,
Broner's
throwing money in a toilet and flushing it down. Like,
yeah.
what are you doing, man?
And they're not aware that they must not be aware that all this stuff. I mean, everyone looks at this, or maybe they are aware. They just don't care.
I guess at that point,
They just don't know the implications.
with the fame and how it is, all eyes are on you. You just kind of, I don't know. You can maybe get desensitized to that and just start doing stupid things and not realize that.
And only caring about the instant payoff, as in people are talking about you. But this DJ that he was with has stated that this was from another time, but there's information from reports saying that the DJ was with Johnny Manziel that weekend, and the weekend was a bye weekend, right? And he stated before the bye, "You don't have to worry about me. It's like I went through rehab. I'm all clean now." But that has been this week in
Controversy.
That's a new one.
That's going to be a new segment that we're going to bring back every week, I do say. What are we going to next there, Josh?
I was going to say, well, the Patriots are still undefeated too. So your last two undefeated teams are the Panthers and the Patriots.
The Patriots?
Yeah. The Pats.
Tom Brady is a beautiful animal.
Who's that?
I'll let you know afterwards.
Marshawn Lynch is to have sports hernia surgery.
Yeah.
He's going to be out for a little while now. They're
integral part of their team.
Yes, but their backup running back. I can't. His name escapes me right now because I'm not a big Seahawks fan. I don't follow him that much. But he had from the stat line, he had a really good game.
Yeah.
So they're gonna hope that he can continue that pace, that torrid pace, and keep them going. But I don't see. This might be a year where the Seahawks don't make the playoffs, which.
How many years have they made the playoffs consecutively?
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, but the last two times they won a Super Bowl and they made it to the Super Bowl.
They got a lot of characters on their team too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some of their guys are hilarious to watch.
Yeah. Well, there we are. That's football there.
And that takes us perfectly to the 30-minute mark of the show.
Impeccable timing.
So we're going to take a break here at Clubhouse CHMR, and we'll be back to you in a moment.
Run.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Where's my other shoe? Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Hey, Cabby, what's this on the radio? Hey! What's this on the radio?
CHMR 93.5.
I think I feel better. I love you. Where's my other shoe?
Are the most exciting sequences of plays.
You're listening to the Clubhouse.
CHMR 93.5.
That's a fantastic commercial.
I love that one. Football, or we just talked about football, American football, or soccer.
So football.
Yeah. It's Champions League match week. A lot of great games. Arsenal are doing their typical funny thing. Well, I'm going to cover the English teams mainly. They're hanging on by a thread in the group stage, but they managed to annihilate Dynamo yesterday.
By how much?
It was 3-0 game.
Okay.
Yeah. For soccer, that's a big score, right? But they also in Dynamo is in their group with. I'm trying to remember the other teams on the group as well. They unfortunately paired with Bayern Munich, which is,
right,
in my opinion, maybe one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
And Olympiacos. And Olympiacos yesterday also played Bayern Munich and got annihilated 4-0. So the goal differential works in Arsenal's favor. They're now in second place.
It seems to be the trend
Or,
with
third place, but
facing Bayern Munich.
well,
Just accept annihilation.
well, unless you're Arsenal again, unless you're Arsenal and you play them and you end up beating them 2-0, which
Yeah.
they did in the group stage, and then they lost the next game to them 4-1. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And this past weekend they lost to a lower table team in the Premier League, West Bromwich Albion, which it's just really weird how it works for this team, man. They're all over the place.
Sounds
But
familiar.
They've suffered a devastating injury. They've lost their holding midfielder, and it was like one of those things that all Gunners fans cursed. Like it was like the worst case scenario for this player to get hurt because they have no reinforcements really. They have no depth at the position.
Brutal.
So the next 12 weeks are going to be very interesting. We're going to see how that goes the next 3 months. They're going to have to dip in the transfer market and try to pick someone up. Try to buy a player.
Big injuries for star players are always just demoralizing for a fan base as well as the team.
It's the thing about soccer too, is it's so vague. Like you'll get a player where it's just like, this guy, he's hurt. He's going to be out for 4 weeks. You're like, why? Hamstring injury. You never know what it is. Right. But
And they like to keep it on the down low as well.
with France, they do. With Francis Coquelin, they were saying it's knee ligament damage. So that's a long layoff. It's 3 months
Oh,
time.
for sure.
He's going to be gone for a while. But to cover all the English teams, all teams except for Arsenal are in a position to advance to the round of 16, which doesn't usually. English teams have a bad record with the Champions League. They usually get knocked out really early, don't stick around. But you got Man United, Man
So some
City.
improvements this year.
Yeah. Chelsea's even still there. They're not even in the top half of the table in the Premier League, and they're still sticking around the Champions League. I enjoy watching that. But the only other thing I really want to mention is Dynamo Kiev have been ordered to play two empty stadium games after racist fan behavior. Controversy, which I guess is something that you see more often in soccer. Well, like those kind of punishments, but it does affect the team a lot, right?
You do see
because they don't get that revenue.
Yeah.
You can't sell tickets to fans that aren't going to be there. So, and imagine being the player that has to play that game and you're just like in a stadium and it's empty. It's like practice.
Well, it's happened. That happened in Baltimore. Was it? It wasn't this season, was it? When was the Baltimore riots? I don't know.
Oh yeah, for
But,
baseball.
yeah.
Baseball games.
The MLB, and they played a empty stadium in Baltimore.
I remember that.
And there was a bunch of fans piled up on the gates.
Yeah,
peering
trying to see.
at the diamond. That must be a bit like surreal because there's no home advantage. I mean, obviously.
No.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's beneficial to either club. It depends on your playing style, I guess.
I think it's more so just a punishment to the one club.
Yeah.
Usually, like the home team misses out on the revenue of having their fans there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All the money that's lost by every ticket, empty seat in that
load.
building. There's a lot of money being lost there. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about for soccer. That's all I have here. We can jump into hockey.
Sure.
The quarter through the season update.
But before that, two quick things. You can always follow along and chat in on Twitter at Clubhouse CHMR, and we're gonna bring in a new sound drop this week. This is fantastic. That signifies something disappointing or just plain bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play it for you.
it's gonna be a surprise to me. I'm excited. Just the saddest.
The sad trumpet.
The saddest little trumpet.
Hockey time.
Yeah, quarter way through the season. What a weird season it's been for hockey.
Yep.
It has. It's been a really weird season for hockey this year. James Reimer is on a 10-game run where he's set a team record for the Maple Leafs in save percentage.
Yep.
He's officially passed Eddie Belfour. I think it's a point. I think actually, I don't have the exact number here. You have it here. 936.936 in 10 games. So
Yeah.
the next closest to him is Eddie Belfour.
Good old Reimer.
Yeah.
Was it him that Don Cherry this week called the best goalie ever? Or the best goalie in the league right now? Don.
Nope.
I'm not entirely sure if Don said that or not, but it's not out
He
of the
had
realm of
high
possibility.
praise, I know that much. And it was pretty ridiculous.
It's a very Don Cherry thing to say.
Yeah.
This guy is a great guy.
He's a beautiful boy.
Great James Reimer. He probably said his name wrong. James Reimer. What a great player. Great Canadian boy.
Okay, Josh, I'm going to give you a little task here now.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a peek at the divisions in hockey,
Okay.
the standings.
Yes.
And
I like this game.
We're gonna look at a couple things.
I
You're
enjoy
gonna
this
answer a
game.
couple questions, and it's gonna be fun. I don't
So
have. See,
excited.
next week we're gonna have a sound drop for this or a stinger for this segment, but this week we don't have one. So here's a peek at the Eastern Conference.
Yes. Our leading team.
But while looking at this, who's your favorite team to watch in the Eastern Conference, and who's your favorite team to watch in the West? No bias.
No bias at all?
No.
No.
Just examine,
You gotta love offensive teams. They're fun to watch, but there's not a lot of structure. You've seen it with the Leafs for years. Had a great offensive scoring power, but couldn't defend. And it was fun to watch, high scoring, but you can never trust the team to win, right? I would say maybe in my core personally, with my bias, I hate saying this, but probably Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Montreal and the Rangers.
This proves ultimate lack of bias. on
Yeah, it
Clubhouse
does.
CHMR.
It does, because I'm cheering for the bad guy. There. But I missed one. Washington. Washington is probably hands down one of the most fun teams to watch.
Okay.
Because they do have that ability to score, but they can play defense as well. And they got a great goaltender.
And a great forward. Of,
The one.
yeah.
They got a lot of
That
great
one
forwards,
guy.
actually.
What's his name again?
Younger Ovi. Grade 8. The Great 8.
Yeah.
In the Western Conference, I have to say hands down, it's Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
They're the
Oh,
most
yeah.
fun this year.
Yeah. Who
They-
is? I got another question for you. I'll finish up.
Yeah. Oh, they got 2 players in the top 5 scoring. They got Tyler Seguin and Jay. Oh no, 3 players. It's 3 players because they also have John Klingberg, who's who's the highest scoring defenseman in the league right now, which is crazy. And the guy's I think a second-year player.
Mm-hmm.
It's insanity. This team is able to score. It's a scary thought. Like you'd see them winning cups if they can defend properly and get solid goaltending. But
So I prepared this next question not with a bias disclaimer like the last one, but with a special exception.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite rookie to watch aside from Connor McDavid?
aside from Connor McDavid, I got to think about who I'm enjoying watching playing this year. It's
If you want, we can move on to the next one. But
no. I would like to say it's just really weird too because this year you got a lot of first year players that kind of come in and they're not sticking with the team. So I'd have to go like by default. I'm gonna say Jack Eichel.
okay,
It's not Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
He's still a great player. But actually, I changed my mind really quickly.
okay,
Max Domi.
yeah,
Max Domi, hands down.
he's in the
He's a-
commercials and everything.
He's a workhorse of a player, man, and he can score, and he drives the team's possession. It's
Yeah.
insane. And his dad played for the Leafs.
His dad was a beast.
He was a great player too.
Even non-hockey people know his dad.
Did you know that he's diabetic?
Yes, I did. He's
Yeah.
in the commercials regarding that subject. I'm
Yeah.
not exactly sure what the commercial's about.
Oh, yeah.
Remember right now?
I think it's just the talk. I guess it's to
Awareness.
promote the
It's an awareness
awareness
campaign.
about but it makes you think about how much he's accomplished to get to where he is and how great of a player he is as a first year player. It's insanity.
Right. Give us a team that sort of surprised you as to how they're performing this season. Came out of nowhere, doing super bad. One or two.
Where they are in the standings, I would say Dallas.
Yeah, makes sense.
Chicago slipped at the beginning, but that was because they were missing their best defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Keith was hurt for a while.
Yeah.
And that would be a surprising performance too. Who's in the basement right now, the standings? Because let's take a quick look here.
Buffalo, Columbus.
I would even want to say that Columbus is a surprise because at the beginning of the season I had them pegged to be without a doubt a playoff team. And then
new coaching situation.
but that happened because it was horrible.
That's
start,
right. That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And-
it was because of that horrible start.
And apparently now they're softly shopping Ryan Johansson. Which is
softly shopping.
Yeah, they're throwing out feelers to see who wants to make a deal.
Throwing out feelers.
Which is you're just gonna repeat everything I say, which just in that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Columbus Blue Jackets, that is, I mean, so that is your sleeper pick for or not sleeper pick. That is your surprise of the season.
I would have said that they would have made the playoffs easily.
Yeah.
Also, for a start would be Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh had a pretty bad start.
that's right.
Or not a bad start, just a mediocre start for a team that you think like they were out of a playoff spot for a while. For a team that just acquired Phil Kessel,
Yeah, considering their free agency stuff. Yeah.
and with the amount of firepower that team has, it's ridiculous. That
And
team
star
should be number
power.
one. And star power. That's what I mean. When you can make a line, you can make a power play line that has Evgeny Malkin, Sidney Crosby, Phil Kessel, Chris Letang, and then any player in that lineup of your choice.
Yeah.
As a power play, you gotta it'll baffle me now that team's not scoring on every power play.
So we'll switch it over real quick in the
Yeah.
last couple minutes of the show. I'm going to talk some basketball, and I want you to ask me some questions about the season. Some of the similar ones. I don't care.
Well, I could probably. Oh no, that's not a lie, or that is a lie. It is an up to your question, but I'm going to ask the same thing about a rookie who surprised you the most, because I know for me,
rookie that surprised me,
yeah,
or just that I'm enjoying a lot.
that you're enjoying the most. I'd say that you're enjoying their play the most. There's two that stick out to me.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah.
He's the one I'm liking probably the most right now.
Yeah. How do you feel about Towns?
Karl Anthony Towns. I haven't watched too many Minnesota games, but he looks pretty good.
He's been lighting it up.
Yeah, he looks
been on
pretty
fire.
good. He's a good fantasy pick. I have the drop. I have the drop. I have it.
Fantasy sports.
He's a good pick, but Kristaps Porzingis is, if you want to watch exciting basketball, and
He's exciting to watch.
oh, he's just fantastic. And like, it's so funny considering all the draft stuff that happened with that guy.
It was shameful, in my own opinion, how that happened when he was drafted,
Yeah, I mean,
and the crowd's reaction, because it was in Philly, or
it was in Brooklyn that the draft happened, I believe.
yeah, and you had all the fans there, and they were just
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all the Knicks fans came over from New York, and they
That's
had a
what it was, the
high
Knicks.
presence there, and they were. I mean, it's mostly because he's a European guy. He played overseas, and not many people are familiar with him. They don't like.
I think they
he's not
expected
big
a different
college
player.
basketball figure, right?
Yeah.
And he's slim, and I don't know. He's not like outspoken or anything like that. And then
he's
I mean,
on
like,
fire.
You see him.
You see?
You see him coming on. I mean, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. It was known for being very vocal about his disgust for this pick, and then you see highlights of him, but like these monstrous putback dunks and like just posterizing everyone, and it's fantastic to watch. So that is my favorite watching basketball.
So in hindsight,
yes,
they make the right pick,
yeah, for sure,
without a doubt.
for sure.
Without a doubt. Just actually surprise team.
Surprise
like, yeah,
team.
like what's their just surprise on how they're with what you've expected to see from them. If whether they've slid and have been playing horribly. Actually, I think I already know the answer to this question too.
Well, if you're talking about playing horribly, I know you know the answer.
Because I know that I was going to say the Rockets.
The Rockets, the Houston Rockets, should not be playing as bad as they are.
Yeah.
They acquired Ty Lawson over the offseason. They have James Harden, the second best offensive player in the league. They have Dwight Howard, an all-star center, and they're doing terrible. They don't have a great bench, but they're doing just awful. Losing games that they shouldn't lose. Don't lose games to the Nuggets.
Don't lose to the Nuggets.
Don't start the season 4-0. They're making a disgrace of themselves. That's what they're doing. But team that I've looked at and they're doing surprisingly well. The Pistons aren't doing that bad. They have Andre Drummond, who's a rebound machine. But another team that's doing terrible, unexpectedly. Not really unexpectedly, but a lot less good than they should be performing is the New Orleans Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
Their current record is 3-11. That's not a record that should describe a team with Anthony Davis on it.
No,
I don't think so.
Who's not considered, but he's probably the most effective fantasy basketball player.
Yeah, as he was 2015's. I mean, going into this fantasy draft, he was the most effective player to have on your team.
Just because he does everything.
Yes, does a bit of everything.
He's an all-around
get you
player.
Assists, get you rebounds, get you points.
I got something here. Blake Griffin
Yep,
says he wouldn't call the Warriors Clippers a rivalry after the November 19th game.
because they're a better team.
Yeah. Without a doubt. And that leads me into this. I want to talk about the Warriors.
Yep,
Because this team is off the hook.
absolutely.
Insanity. Like, they're so good.
I'm surprised we didn't bring it up right away. They're now the team with the best start in NBA history.
Completely. What are they at? Is it 14-0 now?
16.
16-0. Yeah. And Curry is just...
Chef Curry with the pop,
There it is. With the pop. He's a man possessed.
We talked about this on the very first show. He's projected to sink 400 triples. The record's 290 something, and that's him. He has that record. And the rate he's going this year, if he's healthy, that's always the if. He's projected to get 400.
And he holds the record already. You're saying 290.
Yes, he bets Reggie Miller, I believe, for the triple record.
How do you think
Or Ray Allen.
How do you think we view that 20 years down the road?
If he gets 400?
Yeah.
Oh, it's easily one of the greatest players
Is
that
that
ever lived.
yeah? That's what I mean. Is that like a Wayne Gretzky stat? Is that one that no
Yes.
one touches?
I mean, yes, definitely one that no one touches because, considering the level of play that everyone else brought to the game,
Yeah.
compared to this, if you put 400 3-pointers, that's just unreal. You can't touch that. There's no player that even comes close in the league right now.
You like that?
You like that?
You like that?
You like that? You like that?
So how's the Raps doing?
The Raptors just got back from their road trip.
Yeah.
Unpacking their bags. They're back in the ACC tonight for Drake night. You like that?
It's Drake night now.
You like that?
They have a Hotline Bling booth. That's not a lie. It's a little studio that you can go film your own Hotline Bling video
Do a
in.
little dance.
Snapchat it to your friends. I guess he's going to be in the building. I don't know. I suppose he is. But
I'm signing some autographs.
Raps night, and that's or Drake night, sorry, and that's against the Cavs.
That's tonight, right?
So you can be happy when you enter the game,
But
but be sad when you leave because they're going to lose.
No optimism. No optimism
Listen,
at all.
I love the Raps, but Cleveland's a beast right now in the East.
Yeah?
A beast of the East.
What's the record right now?
10 wins, I think. 10-3. Could be wrong on that. Take a quick look.
Yeah. You let me know. Carmelo Anthony whistle. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, that was a clip. Yet again, he's been on the sideline. Whenever he inbounds a ball, and the ref whistles close to him,
Yeah.
he must have hypersensitive ears or something like that, because it really affects Carmelo Anthony. You can see him getting frightened by the whistle and stuff like that. It's really good. I'm gonna tweet that out
Do it.
on Clubhouse CHMR.
Yeah.
But does that bring us to the end of the show, Josh?
We're just about there. I was going to ask you one last question.
Absolutely. Shoot.
I just want you to explain this right here because this looks really funny to me. LeBron James gets a technical against the Hawks for subbing himself out.
Yeah, so he got frustrated on the offensive end.
I don't want to play anymore. I'm leaving. I quit.
I mean, it's LeBron James, so you don't question him for much. But you probably question him if he subs himself out and there's not a buzzer.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, buzzer goes, fine, talk with the coach, say you need a substitution. But during the play, you just walk off, and then you go to the other side of the floor. You're down a man, and the ref calls. You can't do that because that'll give you a tech, and he gave the team a tech for subbing himself out. Isn't that great? That's the best player in the league doing that. Maybe not so much the best.
Just a little bit of a prima donna, though, right?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
but that's LeBron James.
We're not it's nothing new to see. It's nothing new to see. I've just you kind of get I don't know.
LeBron James.
Yeah,
that brings us to the end
I'm
of the
just
show.
used to it. And I feel like it's even worse and worse. It's more of it now. The whole lying on the court and
Yeah, right. Perfect segue out of the show. If you want to see LeBron James maybe sub himself out, maybe lie on the floor. Tune in to TSN tonight and watch that Raptors game, where they probably will win a game. So thanks for tuning in, and
Thank you.
we'll be back again next week.
Yeah. Thank you.
Travel into the future.
You're listening to the Clubhouse.